In the world of UFOs, few stories have captured the imagination of both the public and investigators quite like the 1968 New Jersey mystery. This case stands out not just for the strangeness of the sightings, but for the sheer number of credible witnesses and the ripple effect it had across the nation. Set against the backdrop of late 1960s America, a time marked by social upheaval, technological advances, and the ever-present shadow of the Cold War, the events in New Jersey unfolded in a community that was both ordinary and, suddenly, extraordinary. The sightings began quietly, with a few residents noticing strange lights moving silently across the night sky. But as more people looked up, the reports multiplied. Soon the entire region was buzzing with speculation and concern. Was it a secret military project, a natural phenomenon, or something not of this earth? Reports of these mysterious lights quickly spread, drawing attention from local police, journalists, and even national news outlets. The story was no longer just a local curiosity. It had become a sensation, with people from neighboring towns and states eager to catch a glimpse of the unexplained. At the heart of the mystery was the Wanak Reservoir, a place already steeped in local legends and tales of the unexplained. The reservoir became the epicenter of the sightings, with multiple reports of glowing objects hovering over the water, casting eerie reflections and leaving witnesses in awe and sometimes in fear. What truly set these events apart was the convergence of so many credible sources. Police officers, city officials, and everyday citizens all described similar phenomena. Radar operators reported unexplained blips, and journalists raced to document every new development. The media frenzy only fueled the mystery, as headlines speculated about the possibility of visitors from beyond our world. The case quickly attracted the attention of UFO researchers from across the country, as well as government officials eager to understand or perhaps contain the story. Investigators set up equipment, interviewed witnesses, and pored over every detail, hoping to find answers in the chaos. Eyewitness accounts poured in, each adding a new layer to the mystery. Some described silent, glowing discs. Others saw beams of light or strange shapes darting through the sky. Government documents, some still classified, hinted at official concern and possible cover-ups. The question lingered: what really happened over New Jersey that year? As we begin our journey into the 1968 New Jersey UFO mystery, we'll sift through the evidence, revisit the eyewitnesses, and explore the theories that have kept this case alive for decades. Join us as we unravel why this story remains one of the most compelling and enduring UFO cases in American history. The New Jersey sightings reached their peak during the late spring and summer months of 1968, a period that would become etched in the memories of many local residents. As the days grew longer and the evenings warmer, people found themselves spending more time outdoors, enjoying the gentle breezes and the clear, inviting night skies that seemed to stretch endlessly above the suburban neighborhoods. The most frequent and dramatic reports came in June and July, when the weather was at its most pleasant and the skies were often cloudless, providing perfect conditions for stargazing, and, as it turned out, for witnessing the unexplained. On these clear, warm nights, the sky became a stage for mysterious aerial displays. Residents would gather on porches, lawns, and sidewalks, their eyes drawn upward by strange lights and shapes moving silently across the darkness. People from all walks of life, families, teenagers, retirees, and professionals, reported seeing lights and objects that defied easy explanation. Some described glowing orbs, others saw fast-moving shapes darting between the stars, and a few even claimed to witness structured craft hovering silently above their neighborhoods. The consistency and frequency of these reports quickly caught the attention of local authorities and the media, adding a sense of urgency to the investigations. Newspapers ran headlines about the sightings, and investigators began compiling detailed accounts from witnesses. All of this unfolded against the backdrop of the Apollo missions, which were captivating the world and fueling speculation about the possibility of life beyond Earth. The excitement of space exploration seemed to blend with the mystery of the sightings, making the summer of 1968 a time of wonder and curiosity. News of the sightings quickly spread beyond New Jersey, drawing national attention and sparking debates about what people were really seeing in the skies above the Garden State. Researchers and scientists began to see these events as part of a larger pattern of unexplained phenomena occurring across the country, prompting further study and speculation. The concentrated time frame of these sightings, clustered within just a few months, only deepened the sense of mystery and left a lasting impression on those who experienced it firsthand. The epicenter of the extraordinary events was the Wanakwe Reservoir, nestled in the heart of Passaic County, New Jersey. This vast body of water, stretching across miles of rugged terrain, became the focal point for a series of sightings that would soon capture the attention of the entire region. The reservoir is surrounded by dense forests and rolling hills, creating a landscape that feels both isolated and mysterious. The thick woods and undulating terrain not only add to the area's natural beauty, but also contribute to its sense of seclusion, a perfect setting for unexplained phenomena to unfold away from the bustle of city life. At night, the skies above Wanakwe are remarkably dark, with minimal light pollution from nearby towns. This made the reservoir an ideal vantage point for observing the night sky and, as it turned out, for witnessing strange and unidentifiable aerial activity. The clarity of the stars only heightened the sense of wonder and unease among those who gazed upward. As word spread, sightings began to surge in nearby communities as well. Residents of Haskell, Ringwood, and West Milford, small towns nestled in the shadow of the reservoir, reported their own encounters with mysterious lights and objects in the sky. The phenomenon was no longer confined to a single location, it was radiating outward, drawing in more and more witnesses. Soon, reports were coming in from across northern New Jersey. Local newspapers began to feature headlines about the strange occurrences, and maps of the region lit up with marked locations of sightings. The widespread nature of the reports suggested that whatever was happening at Wanakwe was part of a much larger phenomenon, one that was affecting communities far beyond the reservoir's shores. What made these events even more remarkable was the diversity of those who came forward. Local residents, police officers on patrol, and even military personnel stationed in the area all reported seeing strange lights and objects moving in ways that defied explanation. Their testimonies added credibility and urgency to the unfolding mystery, making it impossible for authorities to dismiss the reports as mere imagination. Investigators, both official and amateur, flocked to the area to collect statements and examine evidence. The detailed accounts provided by witnesses became invaluable data, helping to piece together a timeline and pattern of the sightings. Each new testimony added another layer to the puzzle, deepening the intrigue. Many began to wonder if the area's unique natural features played a role in attracting these unexplained phenomena. The reservoir's vast expanse of water, the surrounding hills, and the relative isolation of the region all seemed to make it a magnet for the unknown. Some speculated that the landscape itself might be a factor, drawing mysterious visitors from the skies. As speculation grew, so did the theories. Some believed the locations were chosen deliberately, perhaps for reasons beyond human understanding. Was there something about Wanakwe and its neighboring towns that attracted these objects? Or were the sightings part of a larger pattern, one that hinted at a purpose or intent behind the appearances? Whatever the reason, one thing was clear. Wanakwe and its surroundings had become the epicenter of a mystery that was rapidly gaining national attention. The region's landmarks, once known only to locals, were now at the heart of a story that captivated imaginations far and wide. With a growing network of witnesses from all walks of life, the case became impossible to ignore. The collective experiences of so many people, each with their own perspective and story, ensured that the mystery of Wanakwe would remain a subject of fascination and debate for years to come. Wanakwe Reservoir had a reputation for strange occurrences even before 1968. Earlier in the 1960s, bright lights and unexplained objects were seen hovering over the water. Witnesses described lights changing colors and moving in ways no known aircraft could. In 1966, a glowing object was reported by multiple witnesses, including police, but remained unexplained. These incidents cemented the reservoir's status as a UFO hotspot. The 1968 sightings built on this history, adding a new layer of intrigue. For many, Wanakwe became a symbol of the enduring UFO mystery. The credibility of the 1968 New Jersey UFO witnesses is a key reason the case endures. Police officers, military personnel, and local residents all provided consistent, compelling accounts. Officers on duty gave detailed, professional reports of strange lights and objects. Military involvement hinted at national security concerns. Local residents from diverse backgrounds described encounters that defied explanation. Common themes included strange lights, unusual movements, and a sense of awe. Together, these accounts formed a narrative that continues to intrigue and challenge skeptics. Witnesses described disc spheres and cigar-shaped objects with behaviors that defied logic. These objects hovered silently, then accelerated rapidly, unlike any known aircraft. Bright, shifting colors, red, blue, green, added to their otherworldly appearance. The UFO's movements were the most baffling: sudden stops, rapid accelerations, and sharp turns. Such maneuvers seemed to defy the laws of physics. Consistent reports of these features suggested a pattern that couldn't be easily dismissed. For many, these characteristics hinted at advanced, possibly extraterrestrial technology. The 1968 sightings weren't just visual. Radar also picked up the mysterious objects. Radar showed high speeds and impossible maneuvers, matching eyewitness accounts. Military interest was evident, with reports of inquiries and possible reconnaissance missions. The military's involvement suggested national security concerns. Both civilian and military analysts scrutinized the radar data, confirming the anomalies. The combination of radar and eyewitness reports made the case hard to dismiss. Speculation persists about classified investigations and the true extent of military involvement. The government's response reflected its typical approach to UFOs in the 1960s. Project Blue Book, the Air Force's official UFO investigation, was active and likely took note of these incidents. Official explanations leaned toward misidentified aircraft or natural phenomena, but witnesses remained unsatisfied. Some documents suggest the sightings were analyzed, though details remain debated. The government's handling of the case fueled ongoing interest and speculation. For many, it was another example of official skepticism clashing with persistent mystery. The 1968 New Jersey UFO sightings quickly became headline news. Newspapers and radio stations covered the events extensively, amplifying public interest. Dramatic witness accounts and expert commentary fueled fascination and debate. The media's coverage helped sustain the story and made it part of a larger cultural conversation about UFOs. Public reaction ranged from belief in extraterrestrial life to healthy skepticism. Thanks to the media, the New Jersey UFO mystery remains a subject of intrigue and debate.